In this video, we're going to show you how to use the new device sync functionality in the Skybook EFB app. Here we are signed in on two iPads, one as a captain and one as a first officer, choosing a sector and proceeding to briefing. Once in the voyage, select the device sync button in the top row and select search for devices, locating the second device, which can then be accepted by the other user. The sync status bar will turn blue to indicate that both iPads are now connected. The second iPad will then load up the same voyage. Now we can start using the functionality. Within the pre-flight section, let's first accept the sector. Now let's sync that with the second iPad. A message appears asking if you would like to overwrite the voyage. We're going to select yes. On the second iPad, it shows that the voyage has now been accepted by Captain Tim. Now let's enter some of the mandatory fields for pre-flight sign-off. Firstly, security check, actual block fuel, previous landing fuel, actual fuel uplift, then ATIS and ATC clearance. Let's now sync this with the second iPad before pre-flight sign-off. You can now see in the pre-flight section that all data has synchronized. You can sign off on either device. Let's sign off as the captain. Now onto the in-flight section. Syncing at this stage will show the sign-off status, and you'll see pre-flight on both iPads is now greyed out. Now onto departure data. Off blocks. Add any delay reasons. Load sheet. Actual cruise flight level. Now let's do another sync to the second iPad and overwrite the data. All the inputted data in that section has been synchronized. Now let's look at the navlog with enhanced functionalities. The navlog will dynamically sync between iPads without any input required. For example, let's take a look at waypoint AVBAD. You can see adjusting the fuel figure has updated on both devices. The data can be adjusted on either iPad and it will sync all the way through for any data that needs to be inputted into the navlog. This sync functionality also works within the RSVM part of the navlog. By altering the altimeter on waypoint BADGA, this automatically updates on both devices. Now onto the post-flight section. Arrival ATIS and clearance. Landing time. Once all the mandatory fields are completed, the sign-off section will be enabled. Completing another sync here will show both devices at the sign-off section. Now let's sign off on the second iPad and sync the data one last time. The sector is now signed off on both devices. Now the voyage is complete. Coming out of the voyage, the device sync is disconnected on both iPads. You can access our full release notes on our website bytron.aero.